Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner MetaZone, Rovi, and MScribe, and today, finally, we reveal block drops happening.
Yeah, man.
It's in action, real time.
Actually is. So everybody, let's take our moment to praise Benny, our Lord, our keeper of truth.
An actual Lord.
Yeah, man, because we put out this, if you guys can go back, rewind to the November days of last year, whenever we first put out the DMT Git book, right? So before that happened, there was many months of conversating about DMT and its potential implications and utilization and how it can really foster the beginnings of a truly non-arbitrarily generated commodity space, specifically for Bitmap, but now applied to the entire ecosystem of DMT, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were wondering, like, man, it's like there has to be like a distribution mechanism that we can kind of roll out along with DMT.
Yeah, this was part of,
to support that.
block drops were part of the design since the drop, since the very beginning.
It's there. Just open the Git book. There's three methods that we outlined, right? The first one was literally the first demonstration was the NAT token, NAT. Along with the Git book was like, how do you actually mint this thing? Because we deployed it at like same time, basically.
Yeah.
And it's free, fair, and open, right? So everything we're kind of used to. There's really no logic. There's no conditional requirements to minting. It's just like, there it is, dude.
Yeah.
Slap a JSON and on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And you get your tokens.
That's right.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other two methods. So method 3 is like, hold on a second. You can't just freely claim these tokens anymore. It's like you've got to have some sort of already associated provenance within the DMT ecosystem, right? Specifically, if you own a bitmap or if you own an existing non-arbitrary token, now we can kind of like direct new deployments to have for these owners, right?
That's
so
right.
For exclusive minting access. So
yeah.
Why is that important? Because it opens up a whole new vector of commodities, discovery and extraction and all this stuff that we feel is going to be very important in the metaverse, like economics discussion.
And it allows a creator to contribute to the value increase and value production of the underlying parent asset, and allows the community to contribute.
Yeah.
And the community is already contributing. There's like already a bunch of block drops coming from the community that are not the founders of these like parent assets.
Correct. So I guess what we're talking about here is, man, we're trying to ship this like killer ship, like actually.
Oh,
right. There's this ship in the making.
What a segue, dude.
Yeah, but somebody from the ecosystem of X, Twitter, has like the clarity to kind of like observe what's happening and understand like, I guess what's actually happening, right? So what is this tweet, dude, that I'm alluding to?
Yeah. So this tweet by Thomas, what a crazy just like summarization of what's happening. He says. The block runners demonstrate that you need to build a shipyard before you build a ship.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we've been doing.
Yeah. So with the DMT framework, with the non-arbitrary tokens, and now with block drops and stuff, so we're adding these new components that can ultimately build this ship that we're trying to describe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's metaverse related or you're saying like the existing projects within the NAT economy. Yeah. Now we have this community alignment mechanism where you can expand the value from within. Right?
Yeah.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah. Just to give context to why he says this is that Joe here, he's saying most couldn't compensate me enough, and the small percentage that could, I most likely would not be interested regardless of the amount. So this is in response to like I guess a DM is like, hey Joe, you're very bullish on the block runner and DMT. Is like, are you getting paid? It's like everyone who's shilling DMT, everybody must be getting paid, right? And so that's the question. He was like, nah, man. Yeah. It's like I just actually like what they're doing. And then that's when Thomas comes in. It's like, what the block runners are doing is building the shipyard before they build a ship. Yeah. And so great stuff. You'll be receiving all your checks here pretty soon. Just you have to that's to clear the bank and all that stuff. So
they're in the mail.
They're in the mail. Yeah. And if it bounces, I don't know, email Elon or something.
Dude, you're not supposed to leak these details, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing right now, dude? Exposed.
Yeah, we're exposed.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's leaked.
Yeah. Speaking of Joe, if you want more details as far as like everything that is working, right? The shipyard we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's been quite the like year and a half, year, whatever, how long it's been of, building out this thing. And it hasn't been easy. It's been met with a lot of resistance and like vitriol. It's like, dude, you're building the wrong shipyard, right? It's like, okay, whatever. It's just there's a lot of ocean out there, dude.
Yeah,
like you can
build
you
your
can
own
also
shipyard.
Build a shipyard.
Yeah,
That's
go
kinda
ahead.
The whole point. Yeah, let us build our shipyard in peace and deploy some ships and let's explore this ocean that is the metaverse, the frontier, the new frontier, dude.
Dude, so good. Such a good
if
analogy.
if we're stuck in the dock because we're just bickering and arguing over like which is the right shipyard, guys, we're never gonna fucking discover the next big thing, which is continental frontier, I guess.
Dude, we're gonna keep using this because we
Whatever.
kept using the plane, and it's just
Hey, planes are cool too.
they're cool.
They're
But the ship is like, dude, we're setting sail. We're going on an adventure here.
yeah. We've always said the metaverse is like one of the last like true frontiers.
Frontiers.
Metaverse and space exploration.
Yeah.
There's actually probably a lot of frontiers like
Nuclear fusion,
yeah.
AI.
Yeah, I guess. But this is a big one, right? In the scope and the context of like how difficult this sale is going to be. Right?
Yeah.
Lives will be lost, dude.
Yes.
People will perish along this journey to traverse
Yes.
this new like frontier, right? But it's those bold pioneers are the ones who are actually going to change some shit, right?
Yes. Dude, let's go, dude.
Yeah, I guess, dude. We're going, dude.
Well,
I
Joe.
think it's beyond our control at this point. We're either going to wreck like the Titanic,
Hey.
or we're gonna discover like a foreign tribe, dude, and like assimilate and populate and
Dude, I'm down.
spread disease. All that, right? Okay.
That's just frontier activity, dude.
It's
That's
frontier
how it works.
activity. Yeah.
All right, so Joe is coming in and says, everything you'll need to know about block drops just dropped. Here's the TLDR. So if this is your first time in the Ordinals ecosystem and this is the first time you're hearing about DMT, there's a ton of acronyms. There's a ton of like new
Yeah.
words.
Yep.
There's actually new things that haven't happened in crypto happening right here in this video and these tweets.
Yeah.
And here's an outline by Joe on everything new.
Yeah. So yeah, we apologize for doing all this introduction of new things because it can be like a brain sore at
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been there, done that, and I get it. Like it's sometimes the friction's not worth it's not worth it, dude. I want to be comfortable instead. Let me go. Oh, I know what Fractal's about, dude. I've seen these JPEGs before.
Right.
I've seen these meme tickers before. I don't need to think that hard about whether or not there's some like value here. Let me just ape in.
Right.
Right. That's fine. You can participate. That's why there's an open market. People are actively deploying these like new market sectors to fulfill that demographic, right?
That's
But-
right.
But if you're interested in something a little bit more innovative, a whole new approach to things,
Right.
something that actually, you don't interpret like this brain sore as like a negative. It's like, dude, guess what happens when you work out? You get sore. And guess what? You get buff, dude. So,
Yeah.
so a little brain sores might not be such a bad thing.
Yeah.
You want a buff brain, dude? You want more ridges? That's how you fucking get them, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so ordinal, it goes like through the whole gambit of like the ordinal ecosystem, right? Ordinal
Yeah.
theory with the protocol, SAT, inscriptions,
Yeah.
and then eventually it gets to the patterns and DMT, and like it just keeps going. So this is the best place to start, in my opinion.
Yeah, did you want to run through the video or no? So
Yeah, well, I have a video. So
okay.
yeah, so
So some of you are visual learners like myself.
yeah,
You'd rather not like digest docs and endless like paragraphs of like explanation.
who doesn't want to do that, dude?
Me. So thankfully the team at Track and Tap and Pipe like produced a sick like 2-minute video.
102 seconds.
This is not the first time we've shown it, and it's probably not going to be the last.
No, we gotta keep showing it because
It's too helpful.
It's too helpful, and it's the easiest way to understand DMT.
Okay, so before we get into more like block drops, what is DMT? Let's see.
Here we go.
In the beginning, there was Bitcoin. The digital universe exploded into existence. In the same way that the Big Bang created all the ingredients and building blocks for everything we experience and own in the physical world, Satoshi's creation of Bitcoin achieved the same for the digital world. And just like in the physical world, as time progressed, organic patterns of physical matter started to emerge in the form of elements, like hydrogen and oxygen forming water. And these were inevitably identified and organized into what we now know as the periodic table of elements. And since the moment of Bitcoin's inception, It's now possible to look back and identify organically emerging patterns within Bitcoin's raw data. This phenomenon now has a name: DMT. No, not that DMT. Digital matter theory. Digital matter theory states that the organically occurring, non-arbitrary data being produced in every Bitcoin block can be mapped into a digital periodic table. As with physical elements such as gold and diamonds, some digital elements are rarer than others. And as with physical elements, digital elements on Bitcoin must also first be discovered, but once they are, they can be used to create almost anything: in-game items, metaverse skyscrapers, art, or PFPs. The Track network enables the discovery of digital elements by indexing raw Bitcoin block data to unearth these data patterns. Without Track, digital matter would still remain undiscovered to this day. And as the only protocol to support the creation of non-arbitrary assets, TAP is proud to be the home of DMT, powered by Track, accessed by TAP. DMT, built by Bitcoin.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Simple. Parallel to physical reality.
Yeah, so that sums up literally like the last year of development, essentially. So it's been quite the collaborative effort to...
And it took a while to get to like this basic understanding. When we launched DMT, it wasn't this sophisticated.
I totally agree. It was definitely much more conceptual.
It was. I was like, no, there's something here.
Yeah, something.
And we just don't know exactly what. We can't put into words, but here we are.
Yeah, it's something. So yeah, credits to Bitoshi for rolling out Bitmap, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that was the inspiration for like this whole line of thinking. He's like, dude, let's go ham with the block data, right?
Yeah, flowers and firm handshakes go all around.
That's right. Yeah, flowers and handshakes, dude.
Yeah,
What else is good? Maybe some chocolates.
yeah.
Whatever, dude. So you want a 6-pack of beer? We got you, dude. You know. But well, what else? So yeah, here we are now. All right. And so block drops is like it's the advancement of like, I guess, bringing things a little bit out of like a conceptual stage, specifically to like this distribution mechanic we're talking about, which can be leveraged in a wide variety of ways. But again, the initial intention was for it to be like an embeddable primitive of again, non-arbitrary asset discovery for this metaverse ecosystem, right? Which is a big deal. It's something that has never been contextualized and part of the metaverse economy up until now, which, I mean, if you don't know our background, it's of grave interest to us. We really want to solve this economic dilemma that is like, you know, spinning up these virtual environments that have zero sustainability to them.
Yeah.
Right.
The world needs this.
I think so. Right. If
Right.
does the world need the metaverse?
Soon.
Well, does it? I think
It will.
it will. Right.
Absolutely.
For a lot of reasons. So yeah, I guess stay tuned to our book to explain that.
All right. So the activation block height occurred this morning, 861,576. And the latest upgrades include BRC20 ticker reservation. So we're going to have Benny join us on a podcast here pretty soon.
Yeah.
To kind of go into detail about BRC20 and then all the other stuff that, you know, he's been working on.
Mm-hmm.
And full ticker support range, 1 to 32. DMT bitmap block drop support, field 4 and field 10 indexing, bitmap part of the DMT family. So now you can block drop to bitmap holders. Upcoming automated market maker swaps and the link to the GitHub. So a lot of stuff. A lot of DMT stuff too.
Yeah, most importantly, a lot of layer 1 stuff, right? This is all stuff that's going to impact Bitcoin and support the ecosystem that brought us all here in the first place, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the vector of importance that I think we need to remind ourselves of, right?
Yeah, and Bitcoin allows us a foundation of new value creation, and that's what DMT represents.
Absolutely.
New being the key word, never been done before.
Yeah. So we put out a little article last night before the activation of the block height, just to kind of contextualize block drops a little bit better for people, because we've been talking about it for months now, basically since the beginning again, but because of now the universe is aligned, I guess, to make this like a reality, an actual accessible tool, functionality within the ecosystem.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea for us to like really wrap our heads around like not just what block drops are, but how they can be utilized, right?
That means that we need to make a 100-second video for block drops, dude.
Oh, you're right, dude. Yeah, because we just told people don't want to read docs.
And here's a doc, yeah.
Damn it, you're right. All right. So how many seconds?
100 seconds.
100-second video in production starting now.
Yeah.
Okay, so expect it. If this doc isn't good enough, definitely let us know. It's like, dude, you just added more confusion to my life. You guys suck.
Yeah.
Please let us know so we can like light a fire under our video production ass, right?
Yeah, so it goes through block drop provenance and
Mhm.
then how it works.
Yeah.
The parameters of such.
Yeah, it walks through like the actual. So there is a BMT token that we also deployed on day one of DMT.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the NAT token, there was BMT, bitmap token.
Yeah.
Because if you could recall back in those days, there was quite the split in consensus as far as how do we discover a fungible token for the metaverse?
Man, there's many lame attempts, dude.
There was like BMP,
Lame.
fucking crashed and burned. Jeff has his idea of like let's
Wrapped bitmap.
take
Lame.
all the bitmaps that exist, put them on my layer 2,
Lame.
run them through my whatever tool that we've created that completely disregards the rarity of your bitmaps and your block attributes and stuff, and issues like this token, these fungible tokens that now have access to liquidity and stuff. It's not a completely like
No, I mean it's
This
a
is-
useful functionality. It's just not one that should represent bitmap at all.
whatever. But it's an attempt, right? That's the whole point of this. People are proposing things, so that didn't really pan out much. I mean, he was able to extract 20 to 30% of the bitmaps into his
Sure.
ecosystem, but
Yeah,
so
that
I
was
mean,
definitely surprising.
yeah. So what happened? But okay, but there's still no like, what is that token, right?
Correct.
Metaverse ecosystems need more than just a land asset, right? We need commodities.
Yeah.
right?
By the way, Decentraland was worth
Yeah.
what, 4 billion or whatever it was.
It got up to like 6, 7, 8 billion or something.
Yeah, you know what gave that valuation?
definitely wasn't the land.
Exactly. It was mana.
Correct. Yeah, there's a misunderstanding of like the market dynamics. The land value does not correlate to the fungible token value because
No,
of
it's
the
like-
disparity of liquidity,
It
right?
was over 10x difference.
Yeah. So Bitmap is lacking that. Now there's some people, including ourselves, in the early days advocated like, well, the Bitmap itself can function like that because of its large scale supply.
Yeah.
Right? It has a little bit of like some properties of like a fungible token because it's it's inflationary and such,
Yeah.
expansionary supply. It's like, you know what? Maybe Bitmap doesn't need a fungible token, right?
Correct.
So I think that's kind of like where the consensus is for now. But
Well, we launched BMT the same day we launched NAT, and it
Correct.
required child inscriptions, and it was just not supported at the time. And now with the activation block height, guess what?
Yeah.
That deployment for BMT is not even recognized,
correct,
right?
Yeah.
And so we could launch BMT again, but I think it makes sense that the community decide, what the ticker and all that stuff, and let the
100%.
invisible hand decide what it is.
Yeah, that's the whole point of like putting out these protocol tools, right? It's like let the community access them, create their narratives, create the thesis, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And now anybody can kind of issue a BMT-esque type of token,
Yeah.
which
Call it whatever you want.
yeah,
Maybe use BMT if you want. Doesn't matter.
yeah, we don't care,
Yeah.
So that's probably gonna happen, right? So bitmappers are wondering like, how does the DMT block drops interplay with bitmaps themselves?
Yeah.
So again, it's the framework to enable bitmap ownership to be that verification of provenance, so that now you can actually claim ownership of these newly deployed non-arbitrary tokens, right? So
Yeah.
let's see what happens. I don't think we can predict exactly what's going to happen, because anytime we try to do that, we're usually wrong.
Usually right, but
No. We didn't predict EV was going to come in and like completely divert our roadmap
no,
for 8
we
months.
didn't. We didn't know that. No.
No, we knew non-fungible, non-arbitrary tokens were like a big deal concept.
Yeah.
Like, but EV came in and just like knocked it out of the park with NatCats,
You did.
and therefore like gave a structure for UNATs, right? So speaking of EV,
Yeah.
who is going to deploy the first block drop, dude?
It is yours truly, EV.
It already happened, didn't it?
It's happened. Block drops activated. NatCats block drop is officially deployed.
Yeah.
So the block drop will become available for claim and reveal on mScribe and a specific Bitcoin activation block. So what happened is you'd have to wait for the tap block height activation in order to even deploy a block drop,
Mm-hmm.
right? So Evie was waiting. I was waiting with him,
Yeah.
right? We were texting each other. I was like, all right, deploy, dude,
Yeah.
right? And
Launch the missiles.
Yeah, launch
pretty
it.
much. Yeah.
And so he happened to be first, and there was a competition there, by the way. And so he ended up winning. And so now with his particular block drop, he has to set his own activation block height so that you can actually go and mint. So the way that looks like is you have your NatCat on mScribe, right? So you go to your inventory, you find your NatCat, and boom, here's mine. And so this is the details page of the NatCat. And then look at that. There's a tab called block drop. So click on that, and then you'll be able to see the block drop from Eevee here. Okay. And once there, it's a 2-transaction path.
Yeah.
Right? Because with block drops, these are child inscriptions of the parent asset. In this case, the parent is the NatCat. The parent needs to be part of the transaction to produce the child.
Yeah.
So you have to inscribe the asset and then send the parent along with that asset, and then they go together and they're both returned to you, and now you have your NatCat and your child.
And your established on-chain provenance forever and ever.
Forever.
And ever, which is like what everybody wants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sick, man. So this is it. This is what we mean by like, yeah, DMT hasn't, this is like stage 2, I think. Like now all this is like usable. Still needs some more time, I guess, to jig with the mScribe interface for all this to be.
Yeah, there's a few more things that we need to clean up, but it's practically there. And so your question is, okay, that's NatCats and UNATs, but what about bitmap? What does that look like? So when you find your bitmap on mScribe, you'll see this typical page, properties and parcels. But then there's a new tab there, block drops. Right? You click on that, and you'll see all the block drops associated to bitmap.
Yeah. So this is like a kind of like a wait and see. If you have a bitmap, over time, people are going to come up with interesting ideas, probably ourselves included, other developers in the space. The metaverse is in much dire need as far as like, content proliferation and such. So, we have intentions of introducing new content generation frameworks specifically for bitmap and the metaverse. We call them metas, the meta framework. So this will result in the proliferation of fully functional applications that can be deployed within your bitmap environments, right? So
that's correct.
It's a good idea to kind of leverage this distribution mechanism to get bitmap owners, like get these assets in the hands of owners, right?
This makes sense, dude.
I think it does, right?
Yeah.
So this is not just going to be us. Like the whole point is now the whole ecosystem of bitmap and the metaverse on Bitcoin, we now have like the foundational pillars for a UGC economy.
Yeah.
If you don't know what UGC is, that's user-generated content.
Practically every single website that you use is a UGC website.
Every good website that you use.
Yes.
The ones that you like are addicted to, the ones you cannot let down, like Twitter, like YouTube, like TikTok, all that stuff is generated from the community of the users itself, right? And that's Roblox correct. And Minecraft, all this stuff, right?
Yep.
So this is a superpower like unlock. Now we can leverage the community is part of the like the value establishment, right?
Yeah. Look at your phone. You see all those apps?
Yeah.
Those are generated by the community.
Correct.
Every single one.
Yeah. So we're excited. We're pumped. I mean, we're finally at this stage now where, we feel like DMT is in a very good state, the protocol itself. Yeah. We have the right infrastructure, the right bones, the shipyard.
Yeah, man, we're about to set a ton of ships to sail, dude. Let's go find new land, dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of all this, dude. So, yeah, man, if you guys are down with us, you're equally as excited. Very interested to hear what you guys are working on. And, yeah, I think happy sails ahead, dude.
New paradigm. Definitely. Finally here, dude.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
I love that enthusiasm, dude.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for us. If you have any questions on block drops, if you made a block drop video already to kind of explain the whole thing,
yeah, let us know.
Let us know because you guys are way faster than we are.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, make sure you follow us on Twitter, and I appreciate you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.